This meeting is being recorded.
All right, let me mute all and we'll start over by saying, good morning, everybody. What's up? What's up? Welcome to The Decision. We are back together. Super exciting to be back with you guys as we are crushing it out and working and getting things done, inspiring people. Before we jump into our topic today, I just wanted to kind of slow down for a minute and just kind of see, maybe even here, or maybe just throw it in the chat. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing with your decision? When we first started and created this group, we all made a decision. We all made a goal that we were going to do the work. We were going to keep each other accountable. We were going to show up, show out, and do what's necessary and do what it takes in order to go out and help people, help a lot of people, and to build and grow our business. If you guys remember when we created this group, and I love to see that there's still boxes and squares that are still here, because one of the things I've learned over the years of doing these types of groups, being a part of a few like March Madnesses and long series with Jamil and other leaders, is that over time, these groups, they start slowly start trickling down. So it is cool to see we have, what is that, about 8 boxes on here, which is good. I think we started off, there was like 10 or 11, but I know you guys are still here. You're still committed, but you are, I know we got things going on. It's Monday morning. We got jobs, we got kids, we got responsibilities. We got a lot of stuff going on. So I know that, that's kind of what affects us, but that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. Is with us being so busy and having a lot of things going on in life, how do we stay structured, organized, and still get things done? Okay. And why is that? We'll always want to start off with the why. So you guys maybe write it down on your piece of paper or throw it in the chat. Why is structure so important? If you think about our business, we always hear things like being structured, working off of a calendar, having a list, being organized, whiteboards, but why? Why is this so important? What do you guys think? Just kind of throw that in chat. I don't know if you guys want to come off mute and just kind of share it, but why you guys think that is? Structure, calendars. Why are those things so important? I'm seeing, so you can get burnt out if you don't have structure. Yep. Forrest said you less wasted time if you are structured. Yep, definitely. Yeah, all so true, and so true. So kind of some things I wrote down is when you're structured, because without structure, we will be like the hamster on the wheel, moving and not going anywhere, busy about nothing. I love it. Yeah, this is everything that I wrote down. Structure, because you get things done. Time management, especially in a business like this, we have to have some time management, and we have to be structured. It also helps us to prioritize the important things. We're all busy. We all got a lot of stuff going on. Some of the things I wrote down is a lot of us here have full-time jobs. Maybe raise your hand if you got a full-time job. A lot of us on here, I know I don't have a lot, but we have multiple kids. I know, does anybody here have multiple kids? I know Amanda has like 17 of them. Only kids, she only has 5, but a set of twins. We have multiple kids. We have spiritual responsibilities. We have kids. Our kids are in sports. They have extracurricular activities. We all have a lot of stuff, and we also have businesses, right? We also have businesses that that we're building and we're growing to whatever your goals is, either to match an income, to replace an income. So we have a lot of stuff going on, right? So when we're structured and we're living off of a calendar, it helps us to prioritize and get things done. So one of the things I remember when I first started off, and I resisted and I fought structure and I fought calendar for so long, because I was a guy who I loved just, free willy. And whenever I thought of something, it got done. And when I started OptiV as a coach, I don't know, a lot of you guys know my story. I wanted freedom. I wanted to be free. I didn't want anyone telling me when I have to go to work. I didn't want anyone telling me when I can go on vacation. I wanted to design my life and my time around what's most important to me. So when my coach started talking to me about a calendar and living off of a calendar and structure, in my mind, I fought and I resisted because in my mind, I said, well, that was the whole reason why I started this business, is because I didn't want to be structured. I didn't want to have a calendar. I wanted to do what I wanted, when I wanted to do. And one of the things I learned probably the first year it took me to start living off of a calendar was, it took me about a year to do that, to get structured and start living off a calendar. But when I did, oh my goodness, you guys, things started getting done. I was missing client calls, missing coaching calls. I was double booking myself. I was supposed to be here and I was committed to this. And at this time, I had 4 different commitments because I wasn't structured. I wasn't organized. And so over the years, what's helped me build a business and be more organized and successful is definitely it's being structured and organized. So this is probably one of the biggest things in our business that we talk about a lot that I wanted to touch on today. So a few of us were at this training we just had last week in Cabo, and Rachel Richards and Desiree, they did a part on calendar and structure. And one of the things I heard was the word overwhelmed. Who's used that word before? I'm overwhelmed. I'm busy. I got a lot of stuff going on. I have too much going on. I'm overwhelmed. So one of the things that I heard from this event was that overwhelmed, really, all it is we're not structured. That's really it is. We're not structured, because when you're organized and you're structured and you're prioritizing on a calendar, the important things, then you won't be as overwhelmed. And then they also talked about that, getting that word overwhelmed out of our mindset, out of our vocabulary, because that word does not serve us, especially for us that's trying to build a business and want to help a lot of people. That word does not serve us. So another thing I wrote down was people wear busy as a badge. You guys hear that these days when maybe we reach out to someone and say, hey, you should become a coach. And they say, oh, I don't have time for that. I'm too busy. I'm way too busy. I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm way too busy. And so nowadays people wear that as like a badge of honor. Like, look at me, I'm too busy. And then when you talk to them, they don't get things done, or they're overwhelmed, and then they're stressed out, and it's affecting their mindset. It affects their diet. They're usually the ones that are overweight and they just have a lot of stuff going on. So how do we become more structured and organized? So there's a few things I want to share with you guys. I actually took some pictures of those slides that I was telling you guys about from this last training we went to out in Cabo. And I just want to share that with you guys because it was powerful, very, very powerful. So they're not going to be pretty because they're literally, I just took pictures with my phone, but I want to share this with you guys because I think they were so helpful. So we all heard of the mason jar illustration where Dr. A talks about organizing your day and your life around what's most important to you, and starting off with the rocks and pebbles and sand. And we know that if we put the rocks first and then the pebbles and the sand, we can get more things in that jar, right? We all know that illustration. If you don't, it's in like the first couple pages of your life book. So go read your life book, and Dr. A talks about that. But when we talk about rocks in your calendar or rocks in your schedule, these are some of the things that they shared that I love, and I wanted to share this with you guys. You guys write this down because this is going to be probably one of the best things that's going to help us that are busy and have a lot of stuff going on. Is calendar is boss. Okay. Your calendar is your boss. And again, in the beginning, I fought this and I was resistant to this because I didn't want a boss. I wanted to be my own boss. But what's amazing about the calendar is who makes your calendar? You do. So you're the boss, but your calendar is boss. Your calendar is going to tell you what you're going to do every hour of the day. If you guys look at every successful person, no matter what they do, every successful person is organized and they're structured. Their calendar, their day is telling them what they're going to be doing every hour of the day. And this is how they get stuff done, even with having multiple kids. It always blows my mind when I hear about these IPDs or people on stage and they're like, I have literally, I'm not even kidding. I know I was joking about Amanda with 17 kids, but they'll go on stage and be like, I got 7, 8 kids. And it's like, how do they build an integrated presidential business with 7, 8 kids and still got all these other things going on that we all do? Is they do this, they have rocks in their calendar. So what are some of those rocks that are in your calendar? When we mean by rocks is those are things that are there. When we think of a rock or a boulder, they're harder to move, or we don't move them. So some of the rocks that we want to actually schedule in your calendar are going to be some of these things. So for a lot of us, it's church or your spiritual responsibilities. That is first and foremost to you. So those are going to be rocks that you're going to put in your calendar. Then you have things like kids sports, trainings. We have our Monday night trainings. We have our Tuesday night team huddle. Those are things. We have this call. Those are going to be rocks in your calendar. Weekly calls. Date night is one of those things because remember, we want to be balanced, right? We're not all just about business. We're not all just about spiritual things. We're not all just about family, but we're balanced in all these things. So we're going to set rocks as calendars, set these rocks in our calendar. Healthy happy hours, events, daily action steps, business building activities, family time, self-care time. Very, very important that you're actually scheduling time in your calendar for yourself. Client support days. These are things that's going to go first in your calendar. Because remember, Dr. A says it himself, this business is about designing your life around what's most important to you. Okay, so that's where we're going to schedule those things. Then the pebbles are going to be kids' practices, PTA, concerts, going out, podcasts, hobbies, friends. And then the sand, the other things is going to be these things: TVs, house cleaning, yard work, grocery shopping, laundry. These are going to be the sands, the things that you schedule. And I'll kind of show you guys my calendar, a screenshot of what that looks like. We've actually got to the point where we started outsourcing these things so that we're not spending time. And I know a lot of us that got a lot of responsibilities and kids, we're spending too much time on these things and not enough time on these things. So we started delegating, deleting some of these things out of our calendar and our schedule. Okay, time blocking, high leverage activities. So for everybody, it's going to be different depending on your goals. But for our business, we think of power hours. You guys know every day they have 8 o'clock, 1 hour power hours. Here's just an example of what you can do and put in your schedule for high leverage business building activity. And this is why we say building this business, you guys, doesn't take that long. Dr. A says this from stage. If you're spending more than 10, 12, 13 hours a week in this business, especially if you're lower than a Fibic, you're doing something wrong. And you're probably wasting time scrolling social media or watching cat videos or going down that rabbit hole. But anyways, these are some of those things is daily activities that we want to schedule in those 1 hour power hours in our calendar. Sorry, this one's a little blurry, but this one's really cool. 2 things that will help you grow your business is share lists and then utilizing social media. This is really cool. When I saw this one, time blocking social media activities based on income and rank. Decide what you want based on your income and rank. How many hours should I do per week? People always ask me, I get this every single day. Well, how many hours does this coaching thing take? Or how many hours should I be putting into my business? Again, depending on what do you want? Okay, what do you want? What type of business do you want? How many people do you want to help? How much income do you want to make? That tells you how many hours, but this kind of gives you an example. Senior coach, $300 to $500, 2 to 3 hours a week. I know a lot of us have full-time jobs, definitely some we can schedule if we're focused. Executive director, $18,000 to $3,000 a month, 5 to 7 hours per week. FIBIC, $4,500 to $9,000, 17 to 14 hours a week. Global and above, these guys are easily making $30,000, $40,000 plus a month, and they're spending 14 to 18 hours per week. A lot of us have full-time jobs and we're working 10, 12-hour days. And they're not making these type of income. So if we're focused and we're on our calendar, we can do things. So this is just a screenshot of what a calendar looks like. Well, this is what my calendar looks like. So if you guys look here, I literally, Optavia tells me, and this is my Monday. This is what my day looks like today. 6 a.m. we had a call. 7 o'clock, I have my time blocked off for this call. And then after this, I'll do my prayer, my daily text with Flor before she goes to work. And then I spend 15, 20 minutes checking Optavia Connect and sending out messages to my clients and coaches. Then I'll do 30 minutes of personal development, reading and journaling. Then I have some open time. I'm probably going to be here getting Luna dressed and her breakfast and stuff like that. Everybody's is going to look different. I don't have a full-time job. I do Optavia, so I have more time. And this is why we always say the bigger your business get, the more time you're going to get. So I have these white spaces where I'll set up health assessments, Coach Explore calls. At noon, I have a call with Amanda. I have blocked out client support. So during 1 through 4 today, I'm probably going to be calling my clients and checking in with them. Monday night, we have our Monday night calls and trainings. I have the Zooms here, so my coach don't have to send me a reminder because it's on my calendar with alerts. 7 p.m., we do our family worship. That's our spiritual time with me and Flor. And then I have a couple calls booked and then get ready for my bedtime, nighttime routine. So this is just an example, and everybody's is going to look different. But when you start scheduling your rocks and then your pebbles and your sand in your calendar in your day, you will get a lot more things done throughout the day. Okay. The very last thing I wanted to share with you guys that's helped me be organized and structured is these things called Win the Day cards. So these are actually branded. These are Jamil's Win the Day cards. But before we had these, it was just the index card. And literally what this is you just get a piece of paper, an index card, and you write down all of the things that the most important things you want to get done for the day. Okay, so we'll make this as our action step is pull out an index card, a piece of paper, and write down about 7, 8 things that you must and need to get done for the day. And then all you're going to do is check those things off as you go throughout the day. And then if for some reason it doesn't get done, then tomorrow, when you do your Win the Day card, you just put those things on your calendar. But this just kind of helps you stay organized and make sure that we're getting things done. And so on here, it's going to be like I have workout, drink 80 ounces of water, approach 2 people with coaching, start 10 conversations, my friends, decision, action. So it's literally just all the action steps and things I want to get done for the day. Okay, so Win the Day cards are very, very helpful. So we are at the time. So you guys, that's our time for the day. Thank you guys for being on, and I'll post the action steps in the group, but let's all focus on getting structured and getting your calendars up, whether you do it on a hand calendar or you do it in your phone, it doesn't matter, but let's get those calendars out and let's get structured and put those rocks, pebbles, and sands in our calendar. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you guys all tomorrow.
Have a good day.